This is cheers.
Oh.
Yeah. Episode 1. Second episode after the pilot of Clear the Table podcast. It's your boy.
Feet up Sam.
And
you know it.
Peace in me. We're going to be talking to you guys about relationships, sports, and entertainment.
For sure.
We're going to come to you guys 2 or 3 times a week. So make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Definitely like, comment, and subscribe for sure. Notification bells, turn them all the way up because we're going to be dropping every other day.
Mm-hmm. And for this first week, we're going to do this, we'll talk about that at the end. About the reposting thing you're talking about?
Yeah, gotcha.
Lunch. I think you think you already kind of like blasted it out.
But
not on the show.
I said it, but not on a that big of a platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll tell them about that.
So a lot has happened over the last week or so in sports since we last talked.
It has definitely a lot has happened.
Dak Prescott has got paid.
Overpaid, if you ask me, but I mean that's neither here nor there. But continue.
That's Skylar, my dog. Don't boast.
Skylar's definitely underpaid. Deserves way more money. If he gonna be letting niggas know, hey man, somebody at the door. Go get that man.
You gotta get put in a room.
Thank you, sir, for your services and what you do for the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to hear more from Skylar, please let us know in the notification. In the comments. Let us know in the comments if you want to hear more from Skylar.
So no, going back to the sports, I was saying Dak Prescott finally got paid.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that?
I think he was a bit overpaid, if you ask me, honestly. I don't think he's worth $40 million a year.
Nah.
I feel like he deserved some money because he definitely was on like a rookie contract. He did a lot for them in the first.
So do you think he got one of those like Kobe contracts where they pay them for what the services he has done?
Yeah.
You think that's what the 40 is?
Yeah, for sure. Because I don't think he's not a $40 million a year quarterback. That's like the second highest in the league right now, right?
Patrick Mahomes makes more than him. And that might be it.
Yeah. And he's not the
Top
second
5
best quarterback. He's not even, he's not even top 10, but I would literally have to come up with a list of top 10 and Drew Brees just retired, so I'd have to drop him.
But I mean, still, he is top 10 talent in the league. He is. Of course, especially if you're going by the numbers.
Okay.
Redskin fan. I say what I said.
Same here.
And yeah, he's in the top 10, especially when it comes to numbers. Same thing.
He has the talent to show it.
Only person who has the numbers, and I would not consider them in the top 10, Jameis Winston. When he had that last year.
Oh, the 5,000. Yeah. He threw for 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. That was actually numbers wise without the interceptions. That's a pretty impressive year. 5,000 yards throwing is
exactly
impressive. I don't care who you are.
Yes, but it wasn't. It still wasn't the top 10 talent. What you doing?
Are you allowing distractions?
Yes.
How do you feel about Dak Prescott being overpaid?
I don't think he's overpaid, but I definitely don't think he's an elite quarterback. But he is a great quarterback in our NFL today. And that's statistically proven. And his value to the team this year was also proven. So because of his value to that organization, it made sense that they paid him versus letting him essentially maybe walk out the door and go somewhere else.
Absolutely.
So, because to keep franchise tagging, we're still going to have to pay him somewhat equivalent to the same amount of money. I feel like actually they paid him more than the franchise tag.
Mm-hmm.
If it's $40 million a year, they paid him more than franchise. They paid the franchise tag like 36.
Awesome.
You said what?
So it's like, I don't know. It's I'm glad my black man got paid.
That's very important. Thank you. That is very
And for that position. Quarterback and running backs lifespans, they're making it better now. And I heard this argument the other day that the reason why the calls in the NFL are tougher now for the passer,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the Tom Brady rule, we call it,
Yeah.
is because they pay these QBs so much money that they want them to be on the field. So they make it not so where they can't be untouchable, but make it where they can still entertain, they can still do their job.
Okay.
And I was like, cool, if that's how you want to justify the money you pay them, and at the end of the day, NFL is about entertainment.
For sure.
So it's a business, it's a brand. So it makes sense. The quarterbacks are going to continue to be protected.
For sure. So I read an article where it said that the Eastern Conference Finals will be the Sixers versus the Nets. How do you feel about that?
That's a good prediction, because the Sixers are a better team than the Raptors now, and if they went into another 7-game series, I got them beating them, for sure. Knicks, Wizards. There's just other teams right now that's in the top 8. So if it's the playoffs right now, that's what who goes to the playoffs. Who else? Charlotte, I think, is in the mix. Boston, as they are now, is not ready. But I do think with the leadership that we've seen from Brad Stevens in previous seasons, not in this season, but in previous seasons, that they can go deep.
Okay. I think Boston's better than Philadelphia in the matchup. In the 7-game series, I think Boston can beat Philadelphia with the team they have now.
Other than Mania.
But Boston coaching right now is lacking.
Okay.
Brad Stevens definitely has to step up to the plate and be more assertive. I feel like they're on an 8-game losing streak, I think they heard. And I've seen some of their games, and it just doesn't look like Boston basketball. Like, everyone is like, I get the ball, and then it's my showtime. And it's not the Boston brand, I feel like.
Or they're trying to be like Brooklyn.
Possibly.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, no, it's my turn. Oh, no, it's my turn. I got you.
So, Brooklyn can do that.
Yeah.
'Cause those boys can ball.
Yeah. They've
On anybody's court.
They're a higher level. They're superstars. These are all stars in Boston. No disrespect. Just
No. That's elite players in Brooklyn.
Levels,
and now they got Blake Griffin. It's like, yo, this is not even fair.
Yeah.
Someone said somebody else, maybe they getting LaMarcus Aldridge. I said, whoa.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. LaMarcus Aldridge is probably going to be bought out, and he's going to find a home somewhere.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, that'd be scary. That'll be like
DeAndre Jordan,
2K.
Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge. I already say it's like the U.S. Olympic team right now.
Yeah.
Like, think about all the players that own it. Like, they all play
sure.
together on the Olympic team.
They did all play together on the Olympic team. They did.
And won
That's very true.
the gold. So it's like, damn, like, now you got to deal with them in the NBA too?
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Like, so, NBA is exciting. I definitely see Brooklyn, Lakers, Clippers. Let's see, Lakers, Clippers on the other side. Who do you see on the other side?
On the other side, I'm not a believer of Utah. I keep on telling people that all the time. They're a good basketball team. I just feel like they're a regular season team. Is that a thing? They're like the Milwaukee Bucks in the East, like, you know, or the Toronto Raptors of what they used to be when they had DeMar DeRozan. They're always the 1 seed. They're always, you know, in talks of being this or being that. But then when it comes to the playoffs, it's like exactly Utah days. It's like, well, at least Utah actually got to the finals. I'm saying Toronto with DeRozan and them, they never got there. Milwaukee with Giannis, they haven't gotten there. I feel like Utah is one of those type of teams in the West. And I feel like Denver is going to eventually be that team in the West as well. I feel like Denver is another team that's going to always
I feel like they need another piece.
Yeah.
I think one time we said Chris Paul would be dope over there. Because he can create and Murray can score at will.
Mm-hmm.
With Jokic, who also can score, but I think we said that it takes, for me, it takes them away from their game if they acquire someone like a CP3 because they both, the way they handle the ball.
For sure.
So.
For sure. It'll definitely show their games a lot different. They probably just need to stretch forward. Mm-hmm. I like Michael Porter Jr. I love Michael Porter Jr. Mm-hmm. I think he's an elite talent. I just don't think he's been able to get over the hump of being that number 3 option on the team yet. Mm-hmm. Which I don't even know who their number 3 option is. I hope it's not Will Barton or somebody.
Well, you got the Lakers, Clippers. Do you agree with the Clippers?
I'm always a fan of the Clippers. I feel like the 2 best two-way players in the NBA are Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and you can argue Klay Thompson. So 2 of them being on the same team, I'm always huge on the fact of the Clippers. I think the Clippers should have won last year. It's just that Paul George didn't show up when he needed to.
So, do we call him Playoff P? I have stripped him away with that name. He's no longer known as Playoff P. He is Paul George, PG-13.
So the reason why I never gave him the Playoff P persona is because you earn your nickname. You don't make it yourself, and he made it himself. So that kind of threw me off.
Because when he was in Indiana, they weren't going to the playoffs, were they? Were?
They were.
Yeah,
they were going to the playoffs. They just weren't, he didn't say, oh, I'm Playoff P. When he got to Oklahoma, I think that's when he started saying, just call me Playoff P. And it's like, why would you earn your nicknames? You don't just...
Yeah. Logo Lillard. That's a nickname I like.
Like my mom calls me Sporty because I played 1,000 sports coming up. Like, you know what I mean? I earned that. I didn't just wake up one day and say, yo, just call me Sporty. Like, it's kind of weird.
I was about to say, but I was trying to make it a politically correct way. But it's just weird. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the most overrated player in the NBA is Ben Simmons.
No. Overrated.
Overrated, absolutely. The guy does get triple doubles. He does get triple doubles. I do agree with that. However, for a number 1 draft pick, I need more.
Yes.
You can't shoot.
But
people dare
he's not a bust. And I say he's not a bust because there are so many other number 1 picks who Greg Oden didn't even play or just wasn't saved to potential.
I'm tired of you doing that one.
Greg Oden?
Yeah.
That's the biggest bust
Kwame
of
Brown.
my lifetime. Yes. Kwame Brown.
We had the number 1 pick. Why'd you do us this way? God.
So, Markelle Fultz is like, they got...
Oh, and that sucks. He's from the DMV.
I like Markelle Fultz. But it's like, would you rather Markelle Fultz or Ben Simmons?
Okay, there's other number 1 picks out there.
But it's a lot of busts.
Yeah, I agree.
So the fact that Ben Simmons is what he is, I never considered him an elite player just because he was drafted in the first round. So I never, I guess, can, what is the right word? Relate to that overhype because I never hyped him up. He was injured his first, year or 2?
Yeah.
He was injured the first year or 2.
Allegedly. Or were they really trusting the process?
Yeah, they got to train him. And that's one thing I didn't like is how he came back and he played his rookie season. Did he win MVP for rookie season? But it wasn't really his rookie season because he already had time to, this is the thing. When a rookie comes in like John Morant or something like that, I think this is who he beat for the award. He beat out John Morant. I can't recall. But
no, they came out totally different years.
I know. This is what I'm telling you. But because Ben Simmons
but
was
if you're injured, you can come. Yeah, because Blake Griffin won a year because he was injured when he first came into the league. I know what you're talking about.
I'm saying that's super unfair because
that's unfair as well.
Even though you have that 1 year out of injury, you're still talking to the coaches. You're still getting your basketball knowledge at that higher education as the NBA versus you were when you had the access at the college level or high school.
Absolutely.
So now your game is able to be better, and then they might consider you injured are until they feel like, okay, they're 100% ready to be on the floor. And, you know, he's getting paid this whole time, though. Yeah. So I definitely feel like it should go by contract and not by years on the court.
Well, you said Russell Westbrook. You mentioned Russell Westbrook. I just really don't feel like Russell Westbrook is a bust compared to a Ben Simmons.
No, Russell Westbrook is not a bust at all. Russell Westbrook is not a bust at all, but he hasn't produced a championship. That's a fact. He has been on teams and has been the number one option and didn't deliver in a big way. And I would say outside of Golden State, who I think who's the one they couldn't get over. Mm-hmm. This is post KD. Mm-hmm. Post KD still couldn't get over Golden State because they went on their streaks and won too. Yeah. But he still wasn't. He had some help. He wasn't always by himself. He had a little bit of help. Mm. And he just could never get over that hump. Go to Houston, and now you're with a squad. Yeah. And kind of didn't get along well with others.
As good as that squad was, because that squad has honestly beaten LA.
No.
Exactly. So.
Coaching is just more elite. The talent mesh. I feel like Houston team was a bunch of you and your homies at the court playing pickup. Okay. And then when they got on the court, it looked like that because James Harden danced 13 seconds out of shot clock and didn't shoot. So, and then Russ played more of a team ball somewhat, and I feel like he wanted more for the team than what they were actually getting for producing, because it was a familiar system for them because they was in that system for so long, and it was just like James is the show, and we kind of just like do what we can when we want to.
Sure.
And I definitely feel like that's how it translated onto the court.
But he plays so much different in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And that's what
team
I think.
Ball.
I think it's not only team ball, but I feel like he's more comfortable and he has more belief that they're gonna win. Mm-hmm. So he plays with this swagger as if.
I feel like he has a chip on the shoulder now. We thought he had a chip on the shoulder after he left OKC. Now he definitely has a chip on the shoulder because you hear those rumors in Houston. Oh, he's not a team player, James Harden, and that he doesn't work well with others.
I'll tell you one thing. And James Harden does not have a ring before his career is over. He's a bust.
No, he's one of the most elite scorers our game has ever seen.
Then you need a chip.
Not every great player gets a chip.
You need a chip. He needs a chip.
Patrick Ewing doesn't have a chip.
He was not the best player in the league. He wasn't even top 3 at his position.
Patrick Ewing?
Absolutely.
But he was a great player.
So was Charles Barkley. So was Karl Malone.
Exactly.
But they weren't doing what James Harden does to the game. Not as strong.
But then that's what we always go. What's the one thing that your coaches tell you when you're younger on the team? Defense wins championship. I don't care what sport it is.
That's true.
Defense wins championship. So you can be the most elite scorer.
And Brooklyn has no defense on their team whatsoever. Mm-hmm.
They got 3 elite scorers. They don't need it. When they aim to drop 60 any night they want to, collectively. And think about it. A lot of times their score be like 80 points. In one game I saw, it was like 80-some points for the total of the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie and James Harden together had like 57 of those points. And this was in like the third quarter.
I don't care what no one says. Do not tell me, these sportscasters and everything, that KD's an elite defender. If you have Klay Thompson on your team guarding the best guard and Draymond Green on your team guarding the best forward, KD can get away with a lot of things. That's what he did in Golden State. So to everybody that thinks that KD can play defense, he cannot.
He can.
He has length.
That was his length definitely getting him blocked.
His length
and you can't shoot over him. Like, he just put his hands up, and then it's like
his length helps.
Yeah, for sure.
Kyrie cannot defend.
But because of his length, he is a good defender, I feel like.
James Harden, oh my goodness. I don't even want to get on his defense.
I feel like he's puts up somewhat more of an effort.
He's a better defender than them two. He's the best of the 3, for sure.
No. Kevin Durant's better than all of them.
Yeah, I think he's a better defender. That's what I said. He's the best out of the three.
Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
I was talking about James Harden. You said James Harden?
Oh, of course not. Oh, hell no. Oh, my gosh.
He's trying in Brooklyn.
Stop.
Steve Nash is like, you do you, but I mean, you got to do something other than
D'Antoni is still on the system, so.
You see what I'm saying? The head coach name.
Steve Nash might talk that shit. But he was doing his thing in Phoenix, too, where he was putting up 1,000 points a game.
Mari Stoudemire, Sean Marion. I used to be my squad on NBA Live back in the day.
They was doing it first. They was the ones averaging 820 points first.
And the Dan Antonio system. That's right.
As long as you outscore the other team, you win.
You win no championships, though. But I think they did almost go. They go all the way, did they? To the finals.
Phoenix?
Yeah. What was the conference finals?
Conference finals, bro.
Because the Lakers was dominating them, right?
You're giving them too much credit.
They was nice, bro.
They were, but they weren't NBA finals nice.
You don't have to be NBA finals nice. You just can get lucky or injuries, or it was just your night on the court.
Understood.
We didn't think Miami was gonna beat the Bucks. We thought the Bucks was the better talented team coming to East Conference in the bubble.
No. Speak for yourself.
It was Miami and Giannis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eastern Conference. Yeah, and I definitely thought the Bucks had it this year.
I will show him a text, because receipts don't lie, where I said that Boston will beat Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals of the bubble. Only thing that happened was Miami beat Boston. I called out the two teams from the beginning of the playoffs. And I said LA versus the Clippers. The Clippers were one game away from the same thing.
Yeah.
I know my calls.
Denver too, man.
You gotta focus on.
Denver kept getting
a lot
lucky
of things
too.
to focus on.
Denver got lucky a lot too. Because then Denver go to like 2-game 7 series where they had to come back.
Yeah.
They just needed a game to win.
Yeah, that Utah series was crazy. That was the best series on in basketball last year.
Yeah, I'm really excited for playoff basketball again now.
Yeah, for sure. If we get in, I'd be super excited because I think we're a team that's gonna be feared for sure.
I watch basketball, but I watch playoff basketball way more intense.
Way more than what?
Way more intense because I know, hey, if I play you on Monday.
I thought you said way more than tennis. I was gonna say yes. I definitely watched the fuck out of Naomi Osaka. Shout out by the way.
Yeah.
Call me. Go ahead.
Good luck with that. She got your other mans at the DMV.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, so I can't recall what we were talking about.
We were talking about the fact that the bubble and tennis, whatever the hell you said. I
didn't say nothing about no damn tennis. I was saying
tense. You said something with the
T. Playoff basketball.
Intense.
Yeah.
Intense. Okay, you said something with an I. Wow.
This is so when I watch it, I'm more tense because like damn, like every count lost. So you can have a game on Monday, right? And you know, one mistake you can lose that game, or you miss the buzzer beater. But you got to get your mind right for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Versus, oh damn, I see that team when I see them down the road. I'm still trying to get that fight. Or we still got 20 more games. Nah, nigga, you got one game. You got every game counts.
For sure.
So just that playoff pressure, and it's like, yo, do you got it or do you not got it?
For sure. And the level of defense steps up completely. That's why I said if my team makes it, talking about the Wizards, I feel like the Wizards still have the best backcourt in the NBA. The unfortunate thing is the front court isn't as leveled out. But Bradley Beal's a pretty decent defender. Russell Westbrook is a good defender. And I feel like, we can compete against backcourts. If we focus on being the better backcourt in a series, I feel like that series can go 7 games.
I think it depends on who the series are because say if we hypothetically get snuck in, I think we can. You think we can beat Philly in a game of 7?
That's the only team I actually fear in the East.
Because how thorough with now Joel Embiid going down. They say at least maybe 2 weeks for him.
I didn't know that. News to me.
Because he messed with his ankle, right? His knee?
Didn't know that. News to me.
Yes, he came down awkwardly on his left knee.
Okay.
and
that
they was like MRI in the morning and everything like that.
Yeah, that could be tough. He's having an MVP year, so for sure
So and then he was like hopping and then
our next question actually.
He like hopping and limping into the locker room. Yeah, I have to show you the clip.
That sucks. Hopefully it's not serious.
Yeah, let's take it up.
He's okay. Speaking of Joel Embiid, that was the next question that was like hugely asked. Is he your go-getter for MVP this year?
Yes, only because Bradley Beal isn't on a winning team.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Because his numbers prove it. I think he's averaging maybe a double-double. Points and rebounds.
Yeah. He's having a great year.
And it's like 30 points. It's not 10 points. It's 30 points, which is a second only to Bradley Beal. And, yeah, they're winning. They're like, I think they have the best record in the league.
Probably the best record in the East. I'm not sure about the league, but for sure the best record in the East. If there were arguments of others, maybe LeBron, maybe Giannis, maybe.
Giannis, I would not consider LeBron as in my MVP right now.
So just Giannis only?
2 to 3 weeks. March 13th. Yep.
Oh, yeah. So 2 to 3 weeks will be all right. That's crazy. I haven't seen him since I was born.
Left knee bone bruise. So, for my MVP right now, Kyrie Irving. It's top 5. Would you say Donovan Mitchell? No. I would say Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Damian Lillard. Joel Embiid, Bradley Beal, and if I had to say one other person,
you already said Giannis. That would be your fifth.
Yeah, Giannis. Yeah. So there you go. Solid, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a solid argument. Solid argument.
Do you not agree with any of those players?
Yeah, I agree with a few of them. I haven't really had a thought on top 5 as far as MVP. I've had definitely a look at Joel Embiid this year. He's playing out of control. He's definitely playing way better compared to how he's played in previous years. And I think that has a lot to do with Doc Rivers and the impact he has to bring shooters along with him by bringing in Danny Green, bringing in Seth Curry.
I just think it's the system that exactly.
And giving Joel Embiid more time to put his back to the basket. And, because that's the way Joel Embiid wants to play. I mean, he doesn't want to face up. He wants to put his back to the basket. He's a really dominant guy. So I think he was taking that and running with it.
The Sixers are about to go on the road. It says road trip.
Mm-hmm.
They started off against the Bucks on the 17th, right?
Yeah.
And then the Lakers, Clippers, and Nuggets.
Oh, they got their West Coast trip.
It will likely Embiid will miss all of these games. So, if they lose these games without him, what do we think of 76ers now?
They'll topple for sure. They'll drop to maybe the 2nd or 3rd seed for sure.
So you don't see them winning without him? Because you still got Ben Simmons.
Oh, no. You said if they lose these games without him.
Yeah.
I was just saying they would definitely go down if they lose them. Do I see them losing them? Yes.
I would say those are all tough games, bro.
Yes.
Those are all tough games.
I do.
Yeah.
But then again, the Wizards beat the Lakers. We beat the Clippers as well. And we beat the Nuggets.
Okay.
So
we'll leave that where that's at. I feel like we covered a lot. We have like I said, we're doing this every couple of days. This episode was specifically about sports, but we want to make sure you guys tune in to the next episode where we'll be talking about Tiffany Haddish Grammy. That's one thing in entertainment.
Megan Thee Stallion Grammy, no Nicki Minaj. Ooh.
That sounds right. And then I think you had a cool entertainment question too. What was yours?
Oh gosh, I really don't remember right now.
Okay.
I didn't write it down.
Yeah. But we definitely got some content for you guys. Look for that content on Wednesday. It's gonna come to you about entertainment.
Yes.
If you guys have any questions or have any thoughts about what we did today with this sports, make sure you guys put it down below, and we'll make sure we get back and talk to you guys. If we missed something,
subscribe.
Yes, if we missed something, let us know. If you don't agree with it, let us know, and then let's debate in the comments, and then we'll pull it up next time in our next conversation. But until then, you guys, this is Feed Up Sam and P. Simi, and we are out of here.
Yeah. Let's go, Drew Brees.
Dak Prescott got paid.